Hey ASP members, I'm Chris Wooley, and I'm going to walk you through the new member portal. Specifically, we're looking at workspaces and committees. If this is your very first time visiting the new member portal, be sure you check out the setup video and the getting started one so you can get a complete tour of everything that's on here. Today, we're just focusing specifically on the workspaces and the committees. So you might be wondering, what's the difference between a workspace and committee? They've got the same icons, they're right next to each other on this top bar. What's the difference between them? Well, essentially, they work the exact same way, but it's all about visibility. So workspaces are going to be visible to all ASP members. So everybody can see these, they can contribute, they can join, they can add in files, be parts of discussion, that sort of stuff. All of that's going to live here in the public workspace. So when I click on that, you might have something like an all member area. So if you have questions about maybe upcoming events, you've got ideas, you're looking for help from other ASP members, this is where we're going to put it. That's where it's going to live. This is open to all ASP members. In the future, you might see things like IOD information about the images of distinction, or maybe more information about the museum project, things that are going to be publicly available. This is going to be all living inside that workspaces section. So let's look at what the committee section is. These ones are going to be restricted to just committees that you're part of. So this is not visible by the general public. So when you click the committees tab, you're going to see a listing of all the committees that you might be part of. Now, if you're not part of any committees, this is going to look blank. Don't worry, you don't have to do anything with it. But if you are a part of committees, this is automatically going to be added to your profile. Inside of this, you just have to find the appropriate committee that you want to work on. In this case, let's look at the Board of Governors, and we're going to see that same page that's set up listing Board of Governors that's up here. Now we've got a few different elements, and I'll give you a quick walkthrough, but up front we've got kind of our dashboard, which lets us know about upcoming events that are specifically related to this committee, some files that are loaded up here, discussions that we've got going on. All of this lives inside of this main section. The bookmark tab, if I click on here, this adds a bookmark to our main dashboard. I'm going to open up that dashboard real quick, and inside the dashboard, I can see that I've got bookmarked workspaces. So Board of Governors is here. This is here because I've got it added. If I didn't want to see that, I just delete it right there so I don't have to see it anymore. We've also got notifications. So every time that there's discussion, updates, things like that, those are going to be added into a notification. You'll probably get an email about it. If you're getting too many emails or you don't like the emails that you're getting, you can change how frequently you want to get those notifications. I like mine daily, so it lets me know that there's been activity throughout the day so I can check it at my convenience. But if you don't like getting those emails, just change it to never or whatever's appropriate for you. I personally like knowing when people comment or reply back to something, so I leave it on daily. Workspace directory is a listing of all the members of this committee. So these, in this case, are all of your Board of Governors. So everybody that's part of this is going to have access to it. And these are the only people that have access to this particular committee. We've got files. This is the main archive that you'll be able to see all the files that are uploaded, as well as a button to upload directly files here. We've got the discussion forum. This is pretty much where we're going to be having our dialogue and discussions, each put into a separate thread. So this means that you can have a discussion maybe about a particular topic or section that you're in charge of, and then other members are able to contribute and comment on that same thread, keeping things organized. Kind of think of it as separate emails that are going out, and everybody can reply to one email or one text thread that's going on about one topic or one suggestion. That's exactly how this discussion forum's working, or kind of like a post on Facebook, and then everybody else is commenting about that same thing. All of that's going to be applying to this main discussion that's up here. And then finally, there's a workplace history. This is a little bit more admin, but it lets you know who created the workspace and when it was created on. Don't need to do anything about that. So now that we've gone through and discussed all of these elements, we can see that they're here on our dashboard for very, very quick reference, so we can see exactly what's happening inside of each of these committees. All right, that's a lot of information, right? So a couple of questions that you might be having. Let's say that you've just joined a committee and you don't see it listed on this committee section. What do? Reach out to your committee chair. They're going to be the ones that are responsible for adding you as a committee member onto that particular committee. So the committee chairs will have access to be able to give you permissions so that you can have the committee workspace on your profile. So if you don't already have access, reach out to your committee chair. They're the ones that do that. If you're a committee chair and you don't have access, please contact Mel, our executive director. He's going to be able to connect you and get you those appropriate permissions. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.